Hey guys, welcome back to, I guess, another quarantine stream. Let me know when you guys start arriving. I really don't want to be talking to my lonesome. Gonna have to switch on my power bar at some point. Hopefully the lights don't go on. Nope, we're good. Make sure to let me know if the audio is good as always. The mic's a little bit further from me this time. Try to move you guys closer to the action. How's everyone tonight? Everybody good? Having fun quarantining all by yourself? Thanks, Gadget Reboot. How are you? How are you? So I guess I should start off the stream properly. Got myself a drink this time. Just standard ass, whoa, Diet Pepsi. There's a lot more fizz than I was expecting. How's it going, Stefan? Alright, so now I have a... Wait a minute. Actually, it's coronavirus season. I best sanitize my drink. That's fine, Gadget. You can come and go as you please. Well, that was, let's say, not well mixed. A little bit better. Alright, not sure how long it'll be until I spill all the contents of this all over my bench, but we'll see. Well, I'm glad you're able to watch live. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my... The brightness here is going nuts. Yeah, I guess I'm not an expert like you there, Gadget. Okay, drink is outside of spill range. So, what do we have this time? Well, we have a Cmos Circuit. This is it's available on eBay as a sort of like a dream. I don't know, a birthday dream thing. If you check the description of this live stream, you can click on the link and you can get you can buy your own if you'd like. The problem is, most of the kits I see like this, they have this little chip-on blob basically, and it goes over here. But let me see if I can bring that up for you. So this chip-on blob here goes into this thing here, but it's supposed to have a slot cut into it so that you can actually solder this in. This one does not have a slot, so I'm gonna have to like put some wires across there somehow. I don't know, we're gonna figure it out together. I am just drinking regular Pepsi, Mrs. Verowack, sanitized with Sailor Jerry, just to make sure there's no corona germs inside. Thanks for joining us though, Verowack. Verowack has a couple of YouTube channels you guys should check out. One of which is Vero Art, if you want to see some painting. The other one is VeroWhack if you want to see some gaming. Well, where should we start? So we should usually start in the small kind of values. And I think I'm going to do this two separate ways. I think I'm going to do the audio circuit separate because it seems like if you look at this here, so the audio circuit is kind of this section here, and it looks like that audio circuit is pretty much alone. The only connections it shares is the VCC and the ground. So I'm going to try to get the Dreamlight circuit working, and we're going to go from there. So it's got a whole bunch of resistors, 200 ohm resistors. What do we have here? My live stream lighting sucks. Oh, you don't even have hot sauce for your tasteless nachos? Make them taste a little bit better? So it looks like we have a brown, black, black. I don't know if you can tell this with the lighting. I sure can't. This is terrible. I need a better lighting setup for live streams. The color code is red, black, black, black. So red is 2, so it's 200 times 1, 200 ohms. So that's what these guys are. What about these guys? Same deal, red, black, 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 brown. Alright, so it looks like those are 200 ohms. What about these guys? Red, black, 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 brown. Are these all 200 ohms? Should be 220K, yeah. Okay. We do have some other stuff here. Wow, brutal. Make sure you leave a bad review, because it's like terrible to have bad tasting nachos. Like how is that even possible? Did you go pick it up or did you get delivery for those nachos? Can we get an F in chat for VeroWhack's nachos? There's no reason they should be bland. You're just effing yourself now. I made homemade chicken strips today, and they were okay. I feel like they're low on flavor. I need to flavor them up a little bit. Might add a bit more salt in the breading, and I may add some sort of chili powder or some onion powder or something, just to boost flavors a little bit. Is the tap water drinkable down there where you are? Maybe we should turn off the soldering iron until I'm ready. I mean, to be fair, Mrs. Whack, I did vote on your what to eat post. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm streaming in 1080-30 because the C920 webcam only streams up to 30, or only records up to 30 FPS. So I figured to stop the chance of buffering, I would turn down the frames. I'm also simultaneously recording this. I don't know why, but I don't know why not also. It's not a bad kit actually for beginners, because there's so many like simple parts. It's mostly resistors, LEDs, 3 transistors, 3 diodes, some more resistors, 2 caps, a pot. Is that a pot? I don't. Yeah, there's a pot. There's a speaker, which doesn't have the plastic on top, so it's going to be loud. Everybody's so quiet. Chat. I sure hope we're done having snow. We had snow, not a lot of snow this morning, but there was snow on the ground. And it was cold because the snow was just blowing around, like it wasn't staying put. So, and there was so little of it that it got stuck in cracks and stuff everywhere. So that was that. Done with winter. Winter be gone. Alright, now it looks like we have 10K, 1.5 meg, and 220K. I think you can already get Star Trek phasers. I think there's already groups doing, making kits. I'm pretty sure the 3D printed files are available too. Alright, so 1.5 meg, 10K, and 220K. So this one here is 2 red bands. So that's red, red, black, orange. So it's 220, and orange is times 1,000. So that's 220K. Good. But yeah, Star Trek phasers, sure. I don't think they're that complicated to make. They're very blocky, and 3D printers do blocky very well. This one here, geez, I need another light. Is that one on? Yeah, that one's already on. Nope, that one's off. Oh, well, to put the fear of God into cats and rodents, there's BB guns, I guess. I have this one here, which is brown, black, black, yellow, brown. So that's 100. Yellow would be times 10K. Does that make sense? Unless that 1 megohm was not accurate. Unless it's brown, yellow, which would be 14, 0, and then another 0. I mean, and then times 1. No, that doesn't make sense. Let's try this other one. This is probably 10K. Whatever this is, it's going into the board. So this one here is brown, red, black, black. So it'll be 120, 120 ohm. Unless it is brown, black, black, which is 100, and red is times 100. This would be 10K. So that's a 10K. I guess now is just whatever the heck this one is. It is possible that my eyesight is too bad to read it. Thankfully, we've got multimeters. This one specifically is actually very nice. I can't believe I can no longer find it at the price I got it at. It's a 1 meg, so it's supposed to be 1.5 meg. This is a 1 meg. I guess what's 500,000 ohms between friends. All right, put this guy in. All right, I guess we can start by soldering these. Kind of want to prop up a little bit though, because I can't see anything. There we go, a little bit closer. Turn on my soldering iron. Don't know where my good snips went, but I do have my bad snips. Got a big blob of solder from the last video I've done, which will be edited and coming out pretty soon. Have to give this a second to warm up. There we go, a bit cleaner now. So, in the subject of videos, I have I think 2, maybe 3, I think I have 3 filmed. Need to edit them, so they're coming soon. I also have 2 sort of Patreon projects to be done, so I need to film those. I'll probably end up filming those tomorrow morning. There's a few external factors that'll depend whether or not I can do them, but they should be coming before the weekend. So there should be some videos for everyone to watch before the weekend, and there should be a few videos. Are you guys getting buffering? Because YouTube is complaining about buffering. I do have a couple dropped frames, but nothing much I can do about it now. So anyways, you guys should have some videos to watch this weekend. If you're a Patreon, you should have more videos to watch this weekend. I was thinking about doing Patreon live streams, like specific ones for Patreons, but I think the logistics of that are a little bit difficult. Yeah, I do. You know what? I have Rogers internet, and typically they're really good, but from time to time I've got signal reflection, and they were saying they need to bury a new cable this summer, but I doubt they're going to be doing it now because they're probably, you know, short-staffed with COVID and whatever. And I had something like 4 free months with them because I've kept complaining about intermittent internet connection. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to have to deal with that if I'm going to be live streaming more, that's for sure. I do have a second ISP, but that's getting really expensive to support 2 separate ISPs, you know? So we'll see. How's it going, Dean? You've been quiet. Have you been here the whole time? I see you around from time to time. I think on live streams you sometimes chat. And Gadget Reboot, I hope you're not here because you need a distraction from what you should be doing. Because honestly, I mean, your videos are better than mine anyways, so you should be making yours. we go. I appreciate you guys coming by, saying hello on the live stream, so it's not just me speaking to myself. Because I think it's okay if you speak to yourself, but if you think people are talking back, then it becomes a problem. And I'm not sure at what stage I am. Hopefully this works, because if not, I'm gonna have to diagnose this, and that depends how much sanitized Pepsi I'll have left. Alright, now to cut these off without having anything land in the drink. I do love stepper motors. I'm actually curious to see what you're doing with them. I know the one I sent to another maker was ended up really nice, a really cool project. Was really kind of putting him on the spot there, and he delivered big time. I have a tutorial on how to use stepper motor drivers. Only stuck at part 1 though. Hey, appreciate that, Dean. I'm glad you can come here to get advice to go watch another maker or Gadget Reboots channel or a pile of stuff or something. That's usually what I'm talking about. If you're into the mechanics side of things, Junk from Work, really good channel. If you're into art, Vero Art, that's a good one. You know, there's tons of content out there, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying some of mine. Ooh, 2 motors. La-di-da, look at you. Like a regular software engineer. Can make 2 motors work. I need to, you know what? I built a workbench, 8 foot long, 2 feet wide, 8 feet long workbench on that side. My Patreons got to see the video of the tour. Actually, I think everyone is able to see it now. But I built that thing to have more space for projects, and I don't think I see a single, like I'm looking at it now, I think the biggest open space on it is like this big. So somehow I managed to fill it up with garbage. You know, hobbies are kind of like a gas, right? They just expand to fill any room you have. Actually, you can blame another maker for some of that space being taken up, because he wants me to play with Node-RED. Yeah, Gadget, you got the right idea. So when another maker told me to try Node-RED, he used a whole bunch of words, and I understood some of those words. And so now it looks really daunting, and he promises it's simple, but simple for him is not the same simple as for us, because that guy is a software whiz. Missing a diode. 1, 2, and 3, yeah. I swear it's a little early to be affected by the sanitized Pepsi. So I don't think that's what's going on here. Well, let's see. Are the diodes important? They look like they're just steering inputs or outputs or whatever. Might be able to just replace it with the regular silicon Carney diode. HDMI plug, like you mean the cable, Max, or you mean just the surface mount end, or do you want a breakout? What do you want? Yeah, here's the kit. No diode in there. I have to find one from my stash. Just I knew where my stash was. Oh, maybe in my quick access box. Yes, I do have some in my quick access box. Also, how much are you in a rush for those HDMI plugs? Because if you're not in a rush, I would say eBay or AliExpress. If you click the link in my description, then whatever you buy on eBay I make a tiny little commission off of. Alright, so I'm going to replace D3, this guy here, with a silicon Carney diode. I don't know what these are, but they look like regular diodes. These guys. Now diodes are polarized, not like the resistors here, so they have a little black band. Whoa, are you going to be able to focus that close? Nope. So there's a black band anyways. The black band is represented by this white band here. Okay, what else should we put in? We should put in the transistors. So there should be 4 transistors. So we've got one driving each section, so 9012s, and then there should be a 9013. So I'm guessing, yeah, these are NPN, and these look all like PNPs. Oh, nice. Free is nice. Yeah, I remember the Big Clive's video. What was that thing called again? It had that weird symbol, huh? It had like a one of these things. I have never heard of that component ever, but mind you, don't forget, my background is actually automotive mechanics and not really electronics. I got into electronics because the manufacturer wasn't sharing enough information with me. So like when there'd be something electronical, they would say, you know, test everything around, and if everything around is fine, then replace the electronical thing. And it's like, come on, give me more information than that, right? So that's why I got into electronics. Okay, I need a flashlight here. Having a hard time seeing. S9012. S9013, these should be 9012s. 9012. 9012, okay. So the 9013, I believe, goes directly onto this little IC here. It's a SiDAC? SiDAC, that's what it was. It was a SiDAC. That weird symbol. SiDAC, I think. SiDAC. Like the Pokemon Psyduck, but not. Oops, almost put that one upside down. You know, I guess I should build myself some streaming lights because this is not working well. Can't see anything. There we go. Might as well put the chip in. I wish I had a socket for it, but I don't. So I'm not going to concern myself over it too much. Yeah, I can't believe I actually remember that, a SIDAC. I was watching that video not too long ago, though. I mean, I think it's like today's video or yesterday. Nice. Are you allowed to work on airbag systems? I know in Canada we're not actually allowed to repair like wire harnesses and stuff that have to do with airbags. We have to replace the wiring or replace the component, but we're not allowed to like crimp or solder the wires. It makes sense because I've seen people in my own industry solder like garbage, so I can definitely see. And I'm definitely not sharing your toolbox expense because I am a cheap fucker. I buy inexpensive tools rather than, you know, I'm not a big guy on Snap-on, basically. But then again, I work at a dealership. Ooh, a big Tesla coil. Won't see me do that. I had a viewer send me a kit. Actually, no, not a viewer. A Patreon send me a kit, which was a Tesla coil kit, and I was terrified. I don't like high voltage at all. Every spring and every fall, I get shocked all the time, like getting in and out of cars. I hate it. I hate static shocks so much. Oh, that's bridged. Yeah, I either say solder or solder. I say solder normally, but I say solder sometimes. It's solder here in North America. That's how we pronounce it. But I mean, I watch international YouTube, so it doesn't really matter. I understand it both ways. I think to have one way or another only is kind of silly. Sometimes I'll say soldering iron too. Your Mastercraft clamps got some use today. Where you put them on your nipples? I'm not sure what clamps. Like the woodworking ones? I have a few clamps. Do I have any around here? Nope, I tossed them all into the like woodworking room. Have a little shop in my basement, which is a total mess. I'd love to film more videos in there, actually. But it's a complete mess. Yeah, that's right, Verawak. Both ways. Solder and solder. Nothing wrong with liking it both ways. I don't judge. Holding some wood together. That's good. Can I add like gone sexual in my title? Maybe I'll get more views. Speaking of views, like you guys are going nuts. My subscriber count is up like crazy. It's nuts. I didn't think I'd ever achieve 3,000 subscribers. Never ever. But here we are, and it's actually trending up from there. don't see it going down. Hopefully, don't unsubscribe just to spite me. Don't do that. That's not good. But I do appreciate you guys coming in and watching. For sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to read that comment more clearly. Let me read it out loud, see if it makes any sense. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really have that much sanitizer in my Pepsi, but I'm definitely feeling it. Alright. I have a dealer that gave me sweet deals. For example, I have a structural capable wielder, like a person that holds a sword, I'm guessing. I think he means welder. The new price today, $5,500, but because he did not want to ship it back because of a display at a show, cost me less than $2,500. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, Gary, you know what's stupid about that is that I've actually seen him use that thing, and I really want one, and I have a 3D printer, so I honestly have no excuse to not have one. So, yeah. Don't mind me. Alright, let's get this one done. Somebody's gonna have to remind me tomorrow to make better streaming lights. It's weird because I made 3 sets for Veroac for her stream, and I don't think she even wanted 3 sets, and I cannot see anything. Oh yeah, I still have that chip to solder. Alright. Something is weird with this board. It's not wetting properly. It's like I'm used to the that weird HASL coating. Usually it has a little bit of like a tinned exterior, but this bare copper I think needed a bit of a scrub. I think it's a little bit corroded. I'm soldering even just a little bit, 10 degrees lower than I usually solder at, and at the same time feeling like this is taking a lot more effort to transfer heat over. Very odd behavior. Who knows, maybe it's because I can't see anything. She is actually Mrs. Veroac, and I'm Mr. Veroac. Yes, Veroac is my wife, actually. Well, I don't know about wife, but common law partner. How about that? We didn't get officially married, but then again, I think by some measures we're millennials, so it's pretty common. Let's see, does that look soldered? It does look soldered. Whether or not it's well soldered is another question. Alright, I feel like at some point tonight I will burn myself. I hope not, but I feel like it's going to happen. Alright, so now we've got 3 colors of LEDs. So we have green, 4 of them. We have yellow, 4 of them. Very nice too. They're in the diffused packages. I like the diffused. And then we have red, 3 of them. Now the interesting part is that all the 4 of them. The interesting part is that all the LEDs are actually using the same dropper resistors, 200 ohms. You kind of need a bigger dropper resistor for the red ones. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, you know, I think we've lived together since like 2009, so it's pretty much official. I think it's, I met her parents and we bought furniture. It's pretty serious. So let's see. So LED 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12 are the same. This is like really not well labeled. 7, 9, 5, 1. 1 is there. 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 or 7? 4 is down here. What have they done? You know what? I think I'm just going to put the concentric rings. I think I'm going to do this like a fire. Red in the middle, orange in the less middle, and then yellow on the way outside, I guess. Or green on the way outside. This is actually a weird setup. That's okay. Alright, so positive is the not the anvil side, the little guy, and the long leg. So this way, and there should be a flat there on the LED. Yeah, there's a flat. Okay, so we're good. She lets you breathe and wake up in the morning. That's a little weird statement. I'll accept it though. I mean, who isn't weird these days anyways? I know my wife is weird as shit. It's one of her main things. I feel like I got this one wrong. I missed my ex-wife, so I reload and try again. Are you living in some sort of matrix there, big guy? You honestly, am I reading your name improperly? But you seem like you're British. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. I'm a bad judge of character sometimes. Sometimes I am a great judge of character. This is rough. I feel like this board is not taking solder very well. Everything else is kind of normal. Alright, so now these LEDs are all crooked. And so what you do is you give them light pressure, and you go back over the solder joint you made. Don't push too hard, because if you push too hard you're going to lift the pad, and that's not what we want to do. That one's now straight. A morbid mindset. Funny fact about me, I am 5 years into a 4-year undergraduate program for criminology. And by that I mean I stopped going. I got the teaching job at the college. Okay, well, maybe you don't know me at all. So I'm an automotive technician, been so since 2006. So basically right out of high school. And I was trying to flip my career into a teaching career at a college, teaching the trade. But that wasn't happening. I mean, it's like very difficult to get into those jobs. Especially here, it seems like there's not many positions and a lot of people applying for them. So basically I decided to just pick some sort of major and just go back to university and do any desk job. Basically, get off the bench, get off the flat rate system. And so the thing that interested me the most at the time was criminology, and going to university I actually changed a lot as a person. I feel like I did. Learned a lot of things about myself, about people, and learned also that too much of a procrastinator to be able to sail through university. So I ended up basically failing. I think I've officially failed one class, did very poorly in some other ones. And then, while I was in university, I got a call, and one of my applications came through for trying to be a college professor. And so then it was too much working full-time, or sorry, we're working part-time at my dealership, working part-time at the college, and trying to do YouTube at the same time. It was way too much. I gave up going to university, and yeah, here I am, no degree in hand. So that might be an interesting tidbit for some of you. So I actually have a college certificate for my automotive technician trade. I have a high school diploma, and that is it. I have no other official qualifications aside from, I guess, my ozone depletion and all the stuff that came along with being an automotive technician. But yeah, I've got no degrees aside from my college certificate, which is, it's not a degree. It's like hey, you were able to do this type of diploma type thing. It's nothing important really. It's just required to work in the trade in Canada. Alright, same thing. These things are sideways. So I'm just going to heat this up. When it gets hot, give it a little bit of pressure, and then let it cool. If all goes well, I should be teaching in late June again, but that's only if all goes well, and honestly, COVID has changed a lot of stuff, so I don't know. Don't know if that'll be working. Who knows? Nobody. looks like my city at least might be in sort of state of emergency until at least end of June. So that might interrupt my chances of working at the college this summer, but I mean, we'll see. I'm not being positive about it, but I'm also not being negative about it. I'm kind of neutral, kind of letting it happen. See what happens. Slowly working on my own business, but that's terrifying. You know, it's all up to you. And especially because my business is automotive related. The automotive field is getting hit so hard right now with this virus. So, yeah, that's the status. And that's basically why I cherish all of my Patreon supporters, because at the very least, between AdSense and Patreon, I can sort of break even on this channel. So at some point I may be successful on YouTube, but until then, AdSense and Patreon as a sum total is actually keeping me afloat for the channel. Obviously, when I have to pay mortgage and stuff, it costs more than what the channel generates. But aside from that, at least I know I can continue to make YouTube videos thanks to Patreons and a little bit of AdSense, which is great. I just need to get my mind off of the upgrade path, because I'm always thinking I want to upgrade some things, but that would make me go in negative again. I mean, I'm still negative overall, I guess, if you think about it. But at least it's, you know, staying afloat. Just looking at pro camcorders today. It's really shouldn't be doing that. What's this solder pad here? J1. I didn't notice that. There's a jumper there. Huh. What's J1 do? I don't see J1 anywhere. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Am I still live, or am I just talking to myself here? I think chat may have died down, which is okay. I'd just rather chat died down than me not be streaming and not knowing about it. Up. We're getting close to a test here, because I think once all the light show stuff is done, I'm going to give it a try, see if the light portion works. Yeah, PewDiePie has a lot of subscribers, that's for sure. But I think he suffers from the same issues as the rest of the YouTubers. He actually only has a small portion of his subscribers watch his videos, which is interesting when you see it at that scale. And I know a lot of people subscribe to PewDiePie because of the sub to PewDiePie campaigns. But like, it's crazy how the toughest, and like honestly, truly the toughest YouTube genre to break into is the gaming, because most people, I mean, to do a unskilled let's play is very easy. It's extremely easy. If you already have a gaming computer, you can literally just run OBS and you can easily upload content. The problem is doing quality content. However, when the market is that saturated, when everyone can make regular content on the gaming YouTube stuff, it's really hard for the algorithm to discern what's quality and what isn't, right? Because it's like testing one, then testing another, then testing another. So it's just funny how the biggest YouTuber is in the genre that's the hardest one to get ahead in. And I know, because Verowax's in the gaming genre, and she's having a hard time. And then I have like, you know, a period of time where I'm not posting videos and my channel grows. Just goes to show that people would rather me not make videos, I think. Kidding. Alright. Is the pot part of... Oh, it's part of the light circuit. So I'm going to do the capacitor, C1, and the potentiometer. So this one here, C1, this is 504, that's 50 and 4 zeros, that's 50K. How's it going, chemical? Actually, that's 500K. Huh. It's an order of magnitude off. Oh well. It's actually just, it's used as a voltage divider, so it shouldn't matter. No, wait, no, it's in series with this 10K. Pretty sure that's supposed to be 50K. Let's see. Where is my multimeter? I'm fairly certain this thing is supposed to be 50K. But this is a 500K. Yeah, it's a 500K. What the hell? Oh well. We're gonna build it as sent. Ryan, you and me both. Back in 2016, I watched Julian Eilert build this kit. But the thing is, at the time, I didn't realize what it was. So I saw that he had a video, you know, back in 2016 that I've watched already. But I didn't really want to watch it again because I want to be surprised with what it does. So it has a speaker, so it has noise. But I think the noise circuit is actually totally independent of the rest of this. So there's that 500K, which should be a 50K. And I need to solder C1, which is 1 microfarad. 0.1 microfarad? 1 microfarad. C1 up here. What is C2 used for? Is C2... Oh, C2 is actually decoupling. I'm going to put both. Alright. C1. 1 microfarad. This is 100, so that would be C2. So the white there on the pad is this white line here. So yeah, if you guys want a spoiler of what this does, just go watch Julian Eilert's video on it. But if you do not want a spoiler, stick around, because we're actually we're really close to powering this thing up right now. If you want your own, check the link in the video description. I have a strict policy. I do not want to promote any sellers. So I have a link in my video description. Would help if my soldering iron was on. I have a link in the video description to the search terms, and it's also sorted price plus shipping lowest first. So if you check that out, you should be able to get your own without me specifically plugging a single seller. which is problematic because then they just jack the prices. Got this blue tack here. I'm going to use to stick down the terminal block. So yeah, that link in the description is an affiliate link. So if you don't like affiliate links, some people don't, then CD4060 kit is the search term you need to use. But I would appreciate if you did use the affiliate link. If you're going to buy it anyways, it's not going to cost you any extra. Keeps the channel afloat along with the Patreon patrons. Alright, so almost done. We are going to see what it does. I mean, or not. It could just blow up. Who knows? Oh, the speaker is picking up all the wire leads. Oh, I think I need to put J1 in as well. The jumper. Forgot about that. I should have just bent the leg over, because there's legs right next to it. Alright, we'll use a nice big leg. Too big. Won't bend. Okay, J1 is going in. My God. I really need to make some streaming lights because I cannot see a thing. You guys see well because everything is exposure compensated for you guys. I can't see a damn thing. How's your day at Chemical? And how was your day, Ryan? I hope that link actually didn't just fall out. Let's see. Gonna yank it out? No. Mine was not long. I went to go take a look at 2 different cars, and it's just a clusterfuck right now with the COVID, so I ended up not buying any of them, which is kind of okay because it's not like I have that much money anyways. But yeah, then apparently they both sold today. But I think that's a tactic the salespeople use to try to rush you into buying. I mean, I'm pretty much blindfolded now. I can't see anything. I honestly, I'm blind. I don't have enough light. I can't even tell if these 2 things are soldered to each other, so I'm gonna BRB 1 second. There may be a short there, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give it a shot anyways. I'll solder the speaker while my soldering iron's still hot. But basically, I'm only going to try it without the sound module. And then I'm going to see if I can get the sound module working. and then it will be all done. So I have a small list of cars that I'm looking at, but today there were 2 Toyota Matrixes. So Toyota Matrix on my list: Honda CR-V, Honda Fit, Honda Element, and then if I get brave, get Volvo V70, Subaru Outback, I guess. Yeah, CR-V is on the list, but something funny is happening with people in their CR-Vs these days. They think that their rusted ass CR-Vs are worth like $4,000 or $5,000, and spoiler alert, they are not, especially when they're rusted through. Ooh, nice UPSs. I have a friend that wants me to look at one of his UPSs. I'm gonna ask him if he's still down. No, not. You know what? Ford Focus would have been an option if they still made a hatchback. Like, the new hatchbacks are very, very compact. I don't like them. And the old hatchbacks are now too old. So, nope, not Ford Focus. You know, honestly, like, the thing with Fords, I don't particularly like them, but they're super simple, especially their old ones. But I mean, I need something, you know, with a relatively big cargo area, because I'm trying to get a car for my eventual business, if my business ever will be a thing. So, you know. But basically my choice, number one choice would be a CR-V like I have. A 03 to 06, preferably like 05, 06, because they have traction control, but two-wheel drive manual would be ideal, but they don't make them two-wheel drive in those years in Canada. You have to get them from the States, two-wheel drive. But yeah, so two-wheel drive manual CR-V would be the ideal, but people are asking way too much. Alright, so here's the deal. Everything is in except for this transistor and this daughter board with the chip-on blob. So I'm not expecting this to make any noise, even though the speaker is there. But it should do something with the lights. You know, keys should. So bets in now. Will this work? I don't even know how much voltage I'm supposed to put onto here, so I'm assuming 5 volts is fairly safe. So here we go. As far as I can tell, it's doing nothing. Oh, it's doing something. I think this resistor being so large, 500K instead of 50K, damn it, my kingdom for a screwdriver. Let's see. There we go. Oh yeah, yeah, green, red, is yellow working? I've not seen yellow yet. So the other way slows it right down. Something's wrong with the yellow circuit. That would be LED 12. So on here, LED 12 here. Q3, this guy here, it looks like it is aligned properly. Maybe it's not soldered properly. Might just go touch up the legs a little bit on the other stuff there, but the yellow's not working. So that's either coming from the yellow is these guys. Coming from one of the diodes. Also D1. No, I put D3. Okay, we're good. So through D1, and it needs to be pulled low by the chip on Q6. Yeah, Q6. Also needs a ground here. So gotta make sure this is all good. Alright, so Q3 over here. Oh yeah, that's the part I wasn't actually sure if there was a short. So that's possible that it's actually just shorted. Let's see if that solves it. Oh look, and my power came out. That's good. It's always a good sign. I know it's a lot to ask, guys, and you probably are sick of hearing YouTubers ask, but can you guys hit the thumbs up if you're liking the stream, or I mean, I guess thumbs down if you don't like it. But it makes a big difference for the channel. It's actually one of the best ways you can help the channel without spending any money. Is watch ads and hit the like. I know it's asinine, but it is what it is. All right, let's try this again. Now, it looks like yellow is still not working. Yeah, if you hit it again, it'll just go away. Okay, so yellow is still not working. Let's figure out. I'm going to start by, I'm probably going to go towards a little bit more light so I can see. Which I have a torch right here. Don't know if you guys can see this well enough, but this is sure helping me. Because basically, so the soldering on the LEDs looks good. Now I'm sure there's no solder bridge over here. So I can reflow, just reflow that transistor. I'm going to push it down a little bit while I reflow. Okay, I definitely feel the legs on there, so that's good. I'm just going to reflow the CD4060. Trying not to stab myself with the hot soldering iron. Like that. Flip the board around. Ooh, the legs are getting hot. Need more of my sanitized Pepsi so I don't feel it so much. Okay, not sure if that actually did anything. Oh, the birthday part is actually this chip-on blob here is supposed to sing happy birthday when it's soldered to the board. However, I haven't figured out how to do it yet because this board actually isn't designed properly. This board is actually supposed to have a slot routed out so that you can slide this daughter board in, and then once the daughter board is in, then you can solder it. But there is no such slot in this version of the kit, which means it's going to be a little bit more difficult. And also, it means that there's no real pattern for it to line up, so I'm going to have to actually figure out how they expect me to install it manually. No, it's just that's actually what the I'm not actually sure what they really mean, because it's really translated from Mandarin in some sort of yeah, it's not well translated. So sometimes birthday could be birthday, but no, in this case it's because it's supposed to sing happy birthday. Still not getting those yellows to light up though. So let's see. So I could go to the base of Q3 to ground and see if it actually would turn on the yellows. So let's see. Base is usually middle, but not always. Where is an easy to access ground on this board? So that's the ground here. These two are actually ground pins. That's weird. So that's power there. It's power to there. Means that should be ground right across. Right here. That's kind of dangerous. I think I got them to light. I wish J1 was on here. There's no I don't see where the jumper goes. That's a shame. But yeah, pin 8 is ground. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so that's ground there. But the problem is, when I do that, you guys won't even see. Alright, so let's see. Which part of the transistor? This part here. This part right here of the transistor is heading to the chip. It's this pin here. Q6. It's like one of those. Let's see. It's like pin 4 from this end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one right there. If I short that one to ground, it should actually light the yellows. So here's ground. If I short 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3. It's not turning on the yellows. So I think my LED, my transistor is done for. because shorting the base to ground is not turning on the LEDs. That's a shame. Well, I guess that's very weird. Alright, so now the only thing left is to do the sound portion of it, and then probably in another video I'm going to fix the yellows. The yellows should be working too. Just going to confirm that those actually go to, so the ones right here, that's the yellow there. So these two guys goes to this guy, to here. That's the positive rail. Yep, so that's positive. So here to the yellow, that's the green. There, to the yellow. Yep, it's yellow. So this is the other side. And we just need to find... Ooh, that goes through the jumper. You know what? Maybe the jumper is no good. That's a good sign. It could be the jumper. Let's see. Jumper might actually hurt though. Trying to solder that back in. Have to push on it somehow without getting burnt. That won't fit. Alright, let's try this once more. I don't think it'll work, but who knows. VCC and ground. Really don't like screw terminals that much. Okay, here goes ground. And VCC. Alright, VCC and ground. Damn it, why won't you work? So, somehow, these yellows are not getting a ground signal. Let's check resistance to ground. It's like dead short to ground. So they should have power on the other end. Let's check here. So 200 ohms to ground. Like nafal ohms to VCC. Something isn't right here. Could be our transistor. So transistor is this one here. Let's check volts across it. thou shall check voltages. Like 100 millivolts. Okay. So let's trace this one. Comes out in between here. And it looks like, yeah, it goes to the same place there. Here. That's ground. So that side's ground. So this here is ground. So I should check voltage to ground. Yeah. Okay, good. This side here, that one should be so we've got ground here, so that one should be actually the LEDs. Comes to here. That's the yellow LED there. So actually, so that's the yellow LED, that's a 200 ohm. So this should be working actually. Let's see, what do we have, what kind of potential we have across there? Yeah, a little bit late, Jimmy. And Gary, maybe. I'm getting to it. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So we got the yellow LED there. It follows this track here. The jumper will just go and feed the other LEDs that are inside the ring, kinda. So basically there. Actually, gonna move this a little bit. So if I go resistance from here to my yellow LED here, which I have NAFL. Yep, NAFL. So that's good. Now if I check the other end of the jumper, which comes to here, to that same spot, I should also have NAFL. But I'm OL. So that comes around like this on this side. And the jumper goes from here to here. No, the jumper's good. Okay, so then voltage to ground, on here to ground, I should have like nothing. No, 5 volts to ground. It's pulling high and then pulling low, so it should be working. So the problem is this transistor is buggered. So this guy here is a PNP, and I have PNPs. I will replace this one and see if it works afterwards. So I think this transistor is buggered. That's my diagnostic right now. I'm not nearly as good at this as I am at diagnosing cars, but I mean, whatever. Should still be the same. And just to confirm, this is still a 9013. Okay. Alright, let's look for my component kits. Should have... Doesn't help I can't find the damn thing when I'm looking for it. Where the hell are my components? I'm looking for a specific little box. Oh, here it is. Well, don't worry about that. That was just a 3D printer bed falling behind my workbench. It's probably fine. Alright, 2907 PNP. It should be a PNP. If we're looking 9012, see the arrow points towards the transistor, so it points in perpetually. PNP. That's actually not what it means, but it's a good way to remember. I'm not sure if it has the same footprint though. I guess we're about to find out. Alright, so I'm gonna yank this guy out. There it is. I'm gonna suck out the solder. Okay. Pop this PNP in. Actually, we know that we actually know the footprint here, so we can actually match that up if we need to. So we've got collector, emitter, base. So it should be my component kit back here. Oh, I didn't put it in. Damn. Okay. I'm going to put it in the same footprint that it was. Pretty sure base has got to be middle. I mean, it's got to be. Okay, I'll stand it up a little bit more too. Just so we know that's the one we messed with. You know what's weird? I've tested like a lot of the 100 packs of transistors you get from eBay and AliExpress and stuff. I've tested a lot of them. I've never found a dead one, but it's been a couple times now that I find dead ones in kits, which is really interesting. I don't know if it's just because they get handled differently. I don't know. Alright, well, let's see if it works first. It works! Look at that! Yes! Diagnosed a faulty transistor. Nice. I like it. I think it's time for a refreshment. Also, guys, make sure to sanitize your drinks. That's fine. So, you know what? Some people don't actually watch. Some people are just like in the channel to support, and that's fine too. But it is appreciated if you guys could hit the thumbs up, especially that I fixed this crap. This is definitely my last one today, though. I'm continuing on my. I have a diet that, you know, AVE talked about this diet a while ago, where you just eat between noon and 7. And I think because I'm eating a lot less, alcohol hits me a lot harder. But Sailor Jerry is delicious, though. Alright, so now that that works, we do need to install a transistor and onto this board here, and then we need to connect this board somehow to these 4 pins. Now, because I've been diagnosing this already, 2 of these pins are actually ground. So pin 2 and pin 1 and pin 3, so this one and this one are actually ground. So I know this is negative and this is negative. So that's that. Thank you, Dean. Can't believe a dead transistor. Like, man, it only happens in these Chinese kits. I wonder if it's because they're just like chucking out the components they don't need, or maybe they just rattle around in the bag too much. I have no idea. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so it looks like this is a standard NPN transistor. I just don't know which side is collector and emitter. I could go, I guess I should look it up. So 9013. Okay, so the pattern goes, as it sits like that, it goes E, B, C. Emitter, base, collector, and the emitter always has the diode. So emitter, base, collector. So that means I need to put this way on to, actually I'll put it on the, okay, so emitter is going that way, so emitter is this way, so I'll put it in this way, like so, solder that in. Alright, so we're gonna have our transistor in properly. Okay, geez, this type of fiberboard smells so bad when you heat it up. Okay, so we've got this done. Now, so we know that two of these points are negative. So it looks like this needs to be, I guess, this way. So we need to go positive. You know, this is like, it's 180 off. You know, it's confusing because it kind of looks like you're supposed to look at it this way. But anyways, we'll deal with it. We shall deal with it. All right. So it looks like we need positive, ground, and then this one and this one, they seem to be not used. So not used, not used. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. Okay, so positive, negative. Next one doesn't seem to be used. Oh, it's doubled. No, it's not doubled. Is it alone? It's not doubled, so that one needs to be used. This is so confusing. I hope you understand this. And the emitter will go to ground. So the last one there is ground. First one there is positive. Second one is ground. And then the base to the transistor. Yeah, I feel like you just put positive ground there and there. And then you have ground at the other end, the emitter end. And then that's it for the board. So it looks like if this is positive, that could be probably positive, ground, and then we need one more negative, which is over here. So if that one is positive over here, it is. Okay, I think I got this. How's it going, pile of stuff? We have a celebrity in our midst. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't solder this live. Just so you know, pile of stuff. I've been sanitizing my drinks against Corona tonight. So if I say something stupid, it's not my usual stupid. But cheers, since you're probably having a beer. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm not a beer guy, Mr. Stuff. So that's actually my alcohol of choice. Is a good rum and coke, except it is more like Diet Pepsi and spiced rum. That's my jam, as the kids would say. You know what? I'm gonna totally just put. I only need 3 connections. It seems like it. So I'm actually just gonna put these on this way. So 1, 2, and the last one. Who knows how this will go? We had Gadget Reboot was in here a little bit earlier too. Shit, I already forgot. Is it 1, 2? Oh, whatever. 1, 2, and this one. Now, will I burn myself? Probably. These things happen. Dark Navy rum guy for a lot of years before I stumbled into the craft beer thing. Yeah, and you know, I don't begrudge anybody who likes craft beer, for sure. Like, that's what's great, is that everybody can have their own tastes. However, I don't know why, but beer and the circumstances have to be proper, or else I don't enjoy it. And those circumstances don't happen a lot. Yeah, Gadget Reboot is the man. Another maker hasn't stopped by, but then again, he is probably busy. Look at you guys having lives and stuff. What's wrong with you? Okay, so now, yeah, this is the thing. This is opposite, though. So it looks like I need positive, negative, and then this guy needs to be negative. So I'm going to tin this. That's positive. That's negative. And that guy needs to be negative. It seems like I don't need anything else connected. Okay, so the positive is going to be over on okay. So that's negative, so that's positive. Alright. So here it goes. No promises. I could just unscrew the screw terminals, but, I mean, what kind of defeatist attitude is that? We shall persevere. And if at first you don't succeed, more blue tack is what you need. Yeah, that rhymed. What are you up to tonight, pile of stuff? And actually, anybody listening, Chemical, what are you up to tonight? Sometimes I catch you streaming around this time. Are you streaming tonight? And please, I hope you're not streaming just because of me. And whoop. Playing Minecraft, Ryan. Modded Minecraft or vanilla? Oh you got Lord of the Rings Online? Are you going to stream that at some point? Because I'd like to see the gameplay, but I don't really feel like watching a random streamer play it. Water leak at a server room. Is it Linus's? Because he seems to be up to some shenanigans. Wouldn't that be great though if you got an all expenses paid vacation to, or vacation, work vacation, work trip to Vancouver to work on Linus's stuff? Oh, this is not cooperating, guys. There's a reason why you do things with helping hands. I think that's soldered. Yeah. I know. I wish. I actually emailed him about LTT. You know how he said like he's getting a whole bunch of YouTubers to come. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. I never got an email back. So, you know, still small fish. Still small fish. But if you guys can smash like, you know, enough times, maybe. Maybe I'll be big enough to get YouTube Daddy's attention. Don't know. Probably not, but that's okay. I'm alright. My little corner. Ran up to me and said there's a leak in the server room. When I got there, there was a leak on the floor. Oh man, our HVAC systems at the shop are so terrible. Like, they piss water all over the inside of the shop when it rains. Like, you think the roof should be like semi-waterproof. But the way I'm thinking, if water can get in, like, where's our freaking air-conditioned air going? Out, that's where. Okay, so this should play Happy Birthday, which, by the way, copyright trolls, you do not own the copyright to it. Oh my god, leak, I didn't even see. Wow. Wow. So, will this play Happy Birthday? We will see. No. The answer is no. It is not playing Happy Birthday. Okay. So, I think I got this right though. The emitter. Actually, pile of stuff while you're here. Emitter's the one with the diode, right? It's gotta be. That's the emitter. And then the base is connected there. Oh, wait. The collector needs to be connected to the speaker. The collector's on this end. And the oh, damn it. There's one connection missing. I did need one connection more. I knew it. I knew I was gonna be screwing something up, and I did. But you missed my heroic diagnostic. They actually shipped me a bad transistor. This brosif over here, this PNP was bad. I had to replace with one from stock, and now it functions. The light portion. Still trying to get the sound portion. So that's what's missing. So that one actually needs to be connected to the collector. And it should work. You know, only after 2 hours of messing with this thing and sanitizing my drink. Yeah, I got you, pile. I got you. I'm fluent in typos because I do so many myself. I blame my mechanical keyboard that I quote unquote never got used to. Alright, that's soldered in. Just need to solder one more connection. Hopefully this one works. Okay, making sure there's no shorts. Doesn't seem like it. Look at that free form soldering. I have a... I think the OEM is Victsing. It's a Chinese mechanical, full mechanical, none of this 10 keyless nonsense. But it has Utemu reds in it, linear switches. So they're a little bit less clicky, but yeah. Alright, so will this work? I sure hope so. I think Verowax checked out for the night. She's probably gone to sleep, actually. She actually works, unlike me. Here it goes. Why is it... Okay. 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 It doesn't... It plays Twinkle Twinkle. And for some reason, when I block the speaker, it makes more noise. Oh my god. That's so bad. This thing is so terrible. This thing sucks. Let's lower the voltage, see if it makes a difference. No, it sounds awful. This thing is terrible. And I think it's driving it so hard that the the LEDs are having issues. Yeah, this thing is absolutely horrible. But it was fun to put together. At least there's that. You know, there's hardly any kit that I've put together that I actually still play with to this day. Okay, so that being said, we can actually limit the noise it makes by replacing this link here with a resistor. I think I'll do that right now. Yeah, the pot changes the speed of the LEDs. I would show you. Let me solder in a resistor here instead of this link. I don't know, 560 ohms, sure. I'll be happy if this thing makes a lot less noise. It's supposed to change the speed of the LEDs, but the LEDs now, they seem to be freaking out because of the load, I think. So I don't know. That sounds horrible. Whoever did this, I don't know what's coming to you, but you deserve whatever's coming to you. Yeah. All right. So let's do some choppa here. Okay, that's gone. This thing away too. All right. I still can't get over how bad that sounds. It's supposed to be a happy birthday dream kit, but it's actually more of a nightmare, if you ask me. And this should actually quiet it down to near nothing, because I don't know what the resistance of the speaker is, but I know that it ain't no 500 ohms, that's for sure. All right. Let's try this again. Much better. And see, now it's not freaking out the LEDs. So the speed is controlled by this thing, but they sent me a 500K instead of a 50K pot. So if you wind it anywhere except for like its very extreme end, it goes so slowly that it doesn't really work. So cranking it the other way. So there we go. The kit is now built, and I would recommend anybody to put a friggin' resistor on there. This is actually still quite loud, but it's not as bad as it was before. So yeah. Oh, that's a cool sound when it's dying. Love it. Yeah, it's still, of course it's terrifying, but we could use as a prop in a horror movie or something. But alright, so the kit's done, and it's been nearly 2 hours that I've been streaming, so now is the Q&A section of the video. So if you got questions for me to answer, you go ahead and shoot them in the comments. I'll be reading them. Other than that, if you guys could hit the thumbs up button, if possible, that... Ooh, a scary doll. You know what? When I can go back to the thrift stores, I'll keep that in mind. Favorite food? Hard to say. I am not difficult. I like lots of kinds of food. I'll say here in Ottawa, anywhere from a shawarma to a pizza, like an independent pizza place, is fantastic eating. Like, and if you've never had shawarma, go give it a shot. It's actually really freaking good. So shawarma or pizza, I could literally eat that all day, every day. And for homemade stuff, I don't know, like, whatever. Chicken, burgers, I like it all. Why is the sky blue? It's because the blue light gets refracted the least. So there we go, that's what we see. When was the War of 1812? Roughly in 1812. The input for my power supply is so my favorite thing is to go to thrift stores, which is kind of what I'm missing now in the Corona age. So I've got this power supply, 12 volt, 4 amps, wall wart basically. You can find these in thrift stores, but I do have a 24 volt bench, like just a AC/DC 400 watt thing that usually lives like up there, but I brought it on a project, so I don't have it right now. How do magnets work? Actually, we don't know how magnets work. I have whoa, I just dropped something on my laptop. I have this nice horseshoe magnet though. Works really nicely. We don't know how it works, therefore I don't know how it works, so there. What was the most meaningful conversation you have ever had with a gerbil? I don't think I've ever been within conversation range of a gerbil ever in my life, so none. If I bought some dehydrated water, what would I add? I think dehydrated water would be 2 bags. Hydrogen in one bag and oxygen in the other. You could huff the oxygen, but in that case you won't have any more water. So there we go. You just take part A and part B and mix them together like epoxy. Oh yeah, and if you guys are sending stuff to my P.O. box, this stuff is the bomb. Or I mean, if you're going out to treat yourself, you know. 4 amps pretty nasty? Not nasty enough. 4 amps by 12 volts is 42 watts. So about as hot as a 50 watt light bulb, I guess. So no, 4 amps is not enough really. And in fact this module is a little small. I do have a I do have a on my Amazon wish list. I have a 60 volt 3 amp power supply on there. You guys can go click my my wish list and not buy me anything just to see what I'm interested in. Have I considered building a mechanical keyboard? Well, I think Pile of Stuff will understand me when I say that I'm extremely cheap. So I paid $60 for my mechanical keyboard, all assembled, had all the keys, double shot keycaps, RGB addressable lighting underneath, and so that was a really good deal. I couldn't pass that up. If someone sent me a kit, I would certainly put it together. I would love to do that, but the mechanical keyboard kits are very expensive. Like, to build your own mechanical keyboard is very expensive. I would probably build one, like, if I wanted a stream deck though. So if I wanted to change scenes to like show some desktop activity or whatever, in that case I would probably build a mechanical keyboard for that. I'd probably buy some brand name switches to see the difference too. Basically anything electronics, soldering, even like mechanical stuff I really like. So I can get into a lot of stuff. And you can actually see my habits and stuff if you go on check out my wish list. And don't feel pressured to buy anything, just go and see what I've been putting on there. It's becoming apparent now that the only thing that's left, really, like the big stuff to upgrade, is like I need a power supply, and then it's going into like expensive test gear, and it would be to upgrade my recording setup, really. Yeah, I do like Cherry switches, but again, they're expensive. And honestly, like, I don't think, I mean, I guess I spent a bit of money on my PC, but I got my processor in a raffle, so yeah. Ooh, how do you contact the mothership? I would say if you send 433 megahertz signal with Morse coded, take me to your leader, at about, I'd say, maybe 40 watts of power, which is I think enough to fire off into deep space. I think you might get an answer from some being. So give that a shot. The RF, I'm not really an expert, but I think if you pick a low frequency like 400 megahertz, you should be able to hit deep space with that. So yeah, guys, if you haven't been watching this whole time, there should be some new videos for you guys to watch this weekend, and you'll also have someone went into my wish list. Pike would be my favorite fish to catch in Canada. I love pike. I love eating pike. I love catching pike. I love targeting pike. They're beautiful fish. So northern pike, definitely. So yeah, you guys will have new videos to watch in this weekend. And if you're a Patreon patron, then you'll have a couple new videos, maybe up to 4. I have a few infrastructure things to do, and those infrastructure things are, those are more the Patreon things, the behind the scenes things. So once I get this spot cleaned up a little bit, I'll take some video of that for my patrons, and for the rest of you, I have 2 or 3 videos filmed. I want to film 1 or 2 more. I have a few more in the works. So yeah, production has been resumed. Yeah, so walleye and pike are actually in the same family. They're both in the pickerel family. That's why their meat are very similar. The thing with walleye around here, they're kind of hard to find, and walleye's not really aggressive, so it's not as fun. Correct, JM. I either don't own those items, or they're an upgrade to an item that something I'm planning to buy at some point. So yeah, I might have to double check. I may have some, and some are for restocking, but for the most part, no. You can bet that those items are on my wish list for because I'm gonna buy them eventually, and my wish list is gonna evolve. Like, I really don't expect anybody to send me anything. I mean, someone did ask in the comments if I had a wish list, and so I made one. But like, last time I went to my PO box, I mean, I've never got anything sent to my PO box aside from one patron sent me a kit, which is, where is it? Give me a second. This guy, the Tesla coil kit, and pile of stuff sent me stuff. Junk from work sent me stuff. Another maker sent me stuff, and Gadget Reboot sent me stuff. So pretty much. Oh, and Chemical sent me Christmas. Yeah, I forgot about that. Actually, I have been looking. Chemical Addiction has his own sort of bin. So you see that? That's my bin for Chemical Addiction stuff that he sent, and I use junk very loosely. I like junk. So yeah, these things are still on the chopping block for when inspiration hits. These guys are neat. I want to use these on the 3D printer, but they're so loud. It's incredible. I already can't film while the 3D printer is going because it's loud, and these guys would be amazing. But I do have plans for these, actually. Now that I think about it, yeah. So yeah, these guys are going to go into a video at some point. I've already made a video on some of these things too. You also sent me a motherboard with bent pins, which I really want to try to straighten and test, but I don't have a CPU to go in it. So if anybody has a 4th gen Intel processor, like even an i3, I just need to see if it'll work. So yeah, I guess that is all. So yeah, if you don't mind, if you guys can hit the thumbs up button if you've watched this far. More videos coming this weekend, and I want to thank you all for joining me. It's really nice when I'm not just talking to myself, and if you're here just because you like listening to something in the background, I feel you, I get you. I'm not talking about you. You don't need to talk if you don't want to. So I want you guys to have a good night. Make sure to stay safe, stay socially distanced for most people who like mechanical and engineering stuff. Yeah, Graham, you definitely did. So you guys have a great night, and if you actually did like the stream, make sure you put a comment, and you tell me what you did and did not like, so that I can adjust the future streams. So you guys have a good weekend, have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one.